Good morning, everyone. How are you? Well, Mystical Moose and I are just checking in. He has some messy hair today. Do you see that? His hair is so messy. So I need to get the comb out and help him out. And you know what else? We have a comb for a special tool for you today, too. Do you ever feel like sometimes in your life things feel messy or icky? Like if you feel like you're having some frustrating conversations with your friends or your family, or maybe you feel like you don't like somebody's behavior and you're kind of confused and you don't really understand why they're acting a certain way, but you're not sure what you should do. Mystical Moose has these moments, and so do I. So what do we do if we're feeling frustrated with somebody else's attitude or their behavior? Or maybe it's not even a person. Maybe we're just feeling frustrated and mad about the way things are going and we wish that they could change, or we don't like that we're not going to get to do something that we looked forward to doing because now our traditions have changed and we don't get to have certain exciting events anymore that we once did. How do we detach from that feeling that is making us sad or frustrated? All right, well today, just like I promised, I have this comb that's going to help you comb through that messy situation or that messy feeling sometimes that we can have where we feel like we wish we could change something or make it different than it is. But when we can't, what do? We have to learn to detach. So what does detach mean? Detach is all about learning to separate yourself from a certain outcome that you think has all the power. So it's like, if only I lived there, everything would be better. Or if only this event would go on, then life would be better and I'd be happy. Or if only this person would change, then I would be happy. So a lot of times we have to learn to detach from this feeling of expectation equals this certain happiness, right? So to do that, here's the comb. C in comb stands for control. I want you to ask yourself, what are the things that I can control? So Mystical Moose knows that he can control the words he speaks, the actions he chooses, what he chooses to eat, what he chooses to drink, what he chooses to watch, if he does his homework on time, if he talks to his teacher to ask questions or get answers. All of those things are in Mystical Moose's control, and they're in yours too. And then the second one, the O for comb, is sometimes Mystical Moose just sits back and he observes things and he doesn't react to them. He just notices them. And then he takes ownership of what is his. So if he is having an icky feeling, he lets that icky feeling land and he sits with it for a little while until it passes. Because most of the time, those feelings do pass. And if they don't, then you got to make sure you talk to somebody about that feeling. And then the M of comb is meaning. Did you know that you can make meaning that empowers you instead of disempowers you? You can decide how you're going to interpret somebody's behaviors. Did you know that sometimes when people act out, it's really because they're hurting, not because they're mad at you? So sometimes we just need to take our own personal power back instead of taking things personal, all right? And then the last one is the B. B is all about a boundary. And what is a boundary? It's stating what you need. And so when you are in a conversation with somebody or you are talking about events that might not be taking place anymore, I want you to ask yourself, what do I need and what is a boundary I can set up if I am feeling overwhelmed or frustrated? What do I know that I need? And so an example of a boundary could be, I play after I'm done with my homework. And if a friend says, no, just skip your homework, just play first. If you know that you feel better playing after your homework is done, then you say, nope, I'll play with you when my homework's done. That's fine. We'll have plenty of time. Or another boundary could be, I go to bed at 8 o'clock because I know if I go to bed at 8 o'clock, I feel better in the morning. And then I'm wide awake and I have lots of energy. But stay up. I want to talk to you. Why don't we just text? I always text you after 8. You never text me back. How come? Because I'm sleeping. Because I know that my body feels its best when I go to bed at 8 o'clock. Sometimes you just need to reiterate what your need is for people. And if they text you anyway after 8, guess what? You don't have to text back. It's up to you to withhold your boundary because it's important to you. All right, so in review, we have things that are in our control that we need to control. We have things that we can take ownership of and observe. We can make meaning that makes us feel better and that matters and is a blessing to us and others. And then we can have boundaries that protect us and give us the rest and meet the needs that we have. All right, you guys, I hope this mindset shift was a gift this week, and I hope this comb can help you through any messy situations that you might find yourself in. Wishing you a great week. See you next time for our last mindset shift of the school year. Until then.